Hi witchlings, welcome back to my channel. It is me, your local chaotic witch aunt, and today is our next video in our Sabbat series. We are going to be talking about the summer solstice today. What is it? What can you do for it? Some ritual ideas. Usually I do an unboxing from Green Fern Coven, but I am in the midst of getting ready to move, so I'm not taking any packages. That's also why my tarot readings are on a hiatus. You cannot buy a tarot reading from me until I reopen my books, and my scheduling probably come fall. But if you want to support me, you can pledge to my Patreon. We do have a few tiers that offer one-card tarot pulls or tarot readings, or you can buy some merch, which is down below. In honor of Pride Month, 20% of the net profit from this merch is going to be going to the Colors Organization, which is a Philadelphia nonprofit that focuses on LGBTQ+ communities of color. If you're interested in learning more about that, you can look below at their website if you want to donate by yourself. Currently, we have had around $220 set aside to donate. It's already sent. All thanks to you and the people who are buying this merch. I'm really excited about this. But yeah, today we are talking about the summer solstice. And because we are talking about the summer solstice, I'm going to pull out one of my big fat books. So usually I use Year of the Witch. I'm also going to use this fun little book that I got from Llewellyn. Thank you. It is Llewellyn's Complete Book of Correspondences. It's a fat boy, okay? We got a lot in here. You know, we got Beeltena, we got the Rosalia, Letha Summer Solstice, or Alban Heaven, depending. I just call it the summer solstice. So basically, you know, if you aren't aware of what the summer solstice is, it is the longest day of the year. I have been celebrating the summer solstice since I was a literal child. Not even joking. I used to go outside and give things to the earth and set up like little feasts for things. Land spirits. I would put milk and berries out. I made like tables for it. It was very cute when I was a kid. And the summer solstice is by far my favorite Sabbath because I am a summer baby. I was born in August. I am a Leo. It is my prime time to thrive and exist. So, a few things you should know about the summer solstice. A element is obviously fire. It's all about that kind of fiery passion. Definitely a day of heat. Depending on how hot it is, you can spend your day outside. You can go out and just kind of dance. I mean, my go-to thing is like dancing, harvesting or foraging, and planting. The trees associated with it are the beech, elder, holly, laurel, linden, and oak. Some colors: blue, gold, green, red. Gemstones, minerals: diamond, emerald, jade, lapis lazuli, tiger's eye. Goddesses: Amaterasu and Phoebe. So gods that are associated. Ready? Apollo, Balder, the Dagda, the Green Man, Helios, Jupiter, Loki, Lug, Mithras, Ra, Surya, Thor, and Zeus. My PA is gonna have to put subtitles on this, so I'm gonna have to text her like a list of the gods I just said. They do keep the goddesses and gods separately in this book, which I don't love. I feel like they should be intermingled, but it does make for easy finding. So yeah, a lot of energies here. The Green Man, I also associate with like horned gods because the Green Man was very often convoluted with that. Animals: cattle and horses. Marine life. This is really in depth. Crab and octopus. Birds. Jesus Christ. Okay. Goldfinch, kingfisher, meadowlark, owl, robin, and wren. I do wish that this book had like why each thing is in there. I also celebrate Midsummer's Eve and Midsummer, so this is technically like 3 days of celebration. We go from the summer solstice into midsummer. And the issues and intentions for these two holidays are similar but not the same. For the summer solstice, we have agriculture, change, divination, endings, fertility, life, light, manifestation, power, purpose, strength, success, and unity. This is a really, really great time for you to harness that lovely active solar energy that's going to be around all day and throw it into your manifestations. For me, if you weren't aware, I set some manifestations in winter and I tend to rework them throughout the year. I'm going to be completely pushing a bunch of energy into them and working with them on the summer solstice. On Midsummer's Eve or Midsummer, the intentions are around the otherworld or underworld purification and visions. So I will be spending my midsummer or June 22nd or 23rd, whereas the summer solstice is the 21st or the 22nd. I will be spending it cleansing, purifying, cleansing myself, purifying my altar, doing kind of a big cleanup, as well as probably making a cake. I do tend to do very particular things on the summer solstice. I always make honey cake. It's so good. And I am gluten-free. I have celiac disease, so if you are also gluten-free and you want a good honey cake recipe, you can pop it. I'm gonna leave it down below for you. I always make honey cake for everyone, and I always tend to like to forage or take some things from nature and in return give the honey cake back. I do tend to leave offerings out for the earth to celebrate it, to be happy with it. This is going to be my last summer in this particular house and land, so I will be celebrating it a lot because I've lived here a long time. I do like to do foraging type behaviors. I always give back before I forage or take something. I did forage a little bit of goutweed. I thought what was in my yard was Queen Anne's lace or hemlock, but it turns out it's goutweed, which is why I'm gonna put a disclaimer for foraging. You need to be absolutely certain what you're picking before you pick it, because a lot of things look very similar to poisonous plants. Goutweed is an invasive species, and the reason it is so invasive is because it looks like two types of poisonous plants, one of which being poison hemlock, and because of that, animals don't eat it. So there's no natural predators for the species, and it has these type of things called crawling roots or spider roots. So when you pull it, the roots break, and then every time you break it, another plant grows back. But I did some harvesting of that goutweed. Last summer I harvested some echinacea as it was dying. I still have these harvestations around. I'll probably pick some dogwood branches as well if I can, and I have to bury a protection charm, etc., and recharge it and bury it, or a spell, finish up a spell, basically, that I did during Beltane. With Midsummer's Eve, the zodiac is Cancer. The trees are elder, holly, and oak, urban garden, lavender, and St. John's wort. You can burn some lavender incense. The goddess is Ain, and the gods are Balder and Nergal. Animal is horse, marine life seal, mythical Selkies. So even though these are kind of similar, they're not the same. I do believe that there are some superstitions around Midsummer's Eve and Midsummer being a time when the veil is thin, a lot like Samhain in the fall or All Hallows Eve. So if you want to take this time to have a kind of connect with your deities, reconnect, re-pledge yourself to deities, that'd be great. I probably will be on Midsummer pledging myself in oath to both Diana and Lord Luciferus in a way that solidifies my commitment to them for a year. Because they are my patrons, I do take this very seriously. I have never pledged to a deity before. So this is going to be a process for me, and it's going to be really exciting. And alongside that, you know, we're making cake, we're celebrating, I'll probably do some dancing. I'm not allowed to set any fires because moving. No black stains on ceilings. Not that I have any black stains on my ceilings because I know how to handle candles. But yeah, so there are a lot of things you can do for the summer solstice. The summer solstice is something that is celebrated not just by pagans, not just by people who celebrate the wheel of the year, but it's overall a day that everyone in my family recognizes as a long day, a day to be celebrated, a day to enjoy, because there's so much sunlight, there's so much growth, everything is in full swing before we kind of wind back down to the winter months, and it's just the perfect time to take your energy and put it towards something that you are passionate about. All that solar energy is there, and you can just throw it there. I believe there are some historical references. Year of the Witch by Temperance Alden. We got so many books here. Take this correspondence book down. One of my favorite books. I use it every single time we talk about it. Litha, midsummer, summer solstice. We see the gods in their full glory after the death, sleep, and rebirth that occurred during fall, winter, and spring. I love this holiday. It was widely celebrated throughout Northern and Western Europe and is believed to be a big feature in the Celtic communities throughout Britain, Wales, Scotland, and Ireland. Like most folk holidays, the church did try to take over the solstice and moved most of the festival to June 24th, which they renamed St. John's Day. So if you are a folk practitioner and you celebrate St. John's Day, that's okay too. Where death is a large feature throughout the dark half of the year, life is a big, if not the biggest, feature throughout the light half. What brings light more than love, laughter, and fertility? They're vibrant and alive at this time. It can be seen throughout nature and flowers especially. It has been celebrated throughout the world. Egyptians designed the Great Pyramids in a way that when viewed from the Sphinx, the sun was set precisely between the two of the pyramids during the summer solstice. On the coast of Peru, archaeologists discovered the ancient Tranquillo observatory complex with buildings that aligned with the sun during the solstices. Stonehenge, yeah. The etymology of Litha is quite interesting because it wasn't entirely created in the mid-20th century. So if you want to go Litha, there's a bit of history in here about how the etymology was there. So it talks a little bit about the Oak King and the Holly King. The Oak King is at his peak, but he is forced to look at the challenges that winter will bring. And it's believed that the Oak King, who rules the sun in summer, is the goddess's consort. That means that the Oak King is her partner in love, fertility, and abundance. When we talk about the garden goddess in this aspect, in a generalized way, we are really talking about the embodiments for the seasons. So there's, a few things here. Number of Egyptian sun gods and goddesses that can be acknowledged during this time. Cat goddess Bastet, Horus, god of sky, Nefertum, god of healing and beauty. In Nordic traditions, we have the sun goddess Sol, Kupala, Slavic water goddess of trees, herbs, sorcery, and flowers. So floral shadow bonfire is one of the things that she talks about. This is not one that I have done. Oh wait, I have done a little bit. There's some flower correspondences in here as well. You can work pretty heavily with flowers during the sun time because I work with two goddesses, one that represents basically divine, the sky. Well, actually, to be honest, Diana's pretty much a very large goddess when you look at her origins. Diana Triformis. I will be celebrating by probably trying to go to the cemetery as well. Maybe I'll press some flowers. Because I work with Lord Lucifer, or Lucifotis, a god who is basically syncretized with Tagni from Etruscan religion, possibly Apollo and possibly Phosphorus in a lot of ways. There's this lovely sun energy that comes with him as a Arabian horned god that I will be working with and focusing on, and probably going for a hike, trying to honor him in the best ways that I can, versus Nemorelia, where I will honor Diana, which is late in August. So they each have their own days. I've been working with the summer solstice, like I said, since I was a kid, and I have always been present and aware of Tagni or Lucifotis in the way that he has always been watching over me, in a way that I wasn't always aware of Diana, even though Diana was always there. So this is a very special holiday to me. It's a day where I get in touch with nature, where I go outside and commune with the beings that... I have chills. I just got chills. Someone's happy about me celebrating this holiday. Whew, there's no breeze in here, by the way, but I just got chills. It's celebrating life. It's celebrating how far I've come. It's repledging, in this vigor of the summer, repledging myself to the god and goddess that I love so dearly, to Diana, to Lucifer, to my saints, to my ancestors, giving them each time of my energy. So I'll probably structure my day around different times and different areas of worship. I'll probably do a night ritual for Diana, a morning ritual for Tagni or Dianus or Lucifer. There are a lot of names that are associated with the Arabian horned god, so it's kind of difficult to pin in one. I'll probably do some saint rituals, recommune with my saints, redo my ancestral altar. It's overall just a big celebration, and because I am a folk practitioner, I will look into St. John's Day as well and kind of see what kind of rituals are associated with that and work with that. But yeah, that is all I have for you today. You have some basic associations, some ritual ideas, what I'm going to be doing, and I am really, really excited for this holiday. Like I said, favorite holiday. I'm a summer baby, you know, it's near and dear to my heart, okay? But why don't you let me know what you're doing for the summer solstice or Litha if you're celebrating, or midsummer, whatever you choose to call it. I did a Litha vlog last year. If you're interested in watching that, I will pin it right now. If you want, you can like, subscribe, leave a comment, so turn the bell on, but no pressure. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Blessed solstice. Sa benedica.